Hey guys, what is going on? Like me and 123 are back with another video, and welcome to another tier listing ranking video, where today in this episode I'll be ranking my favorite Avatar The Last Airbender relationships. But before I get into it, I just want to quickly say that this will be the final episode for Avatar The Last Airbender, and the next couple of weeks will be very similar episodes to Avatar The Last Airbender, but they will actually be The Legend of Korra, which I'm definitely looking very excited to doing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off, we have Sokka and Zuko. Now I think this could definitely work as a relationship because in the first season they were actually enemies, but then as the seasons progressed, and then in season 3 they actually became really good friends, and I think it could definitely work for a relationship. But my only problem is, now it's very slightly, but I think there might be some like backlash because of like the history they had together and all that, so I might possibly put it in it's okay. Then we have Aang and Zuko. Now I think this could definitely work because they definitely did become really good friends. Like in The Legend of Korra, they actually built Republic City together, and then Zuko is actually Aang's advisor, so definitely a nice relationship there. So I might possibly put it in we would love to see it, because there might be a little backlash between like the history they did have as well. Then we have Ty Lee and Azula. Now at first I thought it could definitely work as a relationship because like they have a sort of good connection with one another, but then as we learned that Ty Lee actually sort of did portray Azula, so then like the relationship really didn't turn out. So I might possibly put it in. It could be okay to actually see that. Then we have Ty Lee and Sokka, and I think this could definitely work because they are two really enjoyable characters to watch, and they always are happy even when like bad things are actually happening. So I think they can actually share that sort of passion together. And there's also like no sort of major backlash between them because like they don't hate each other, they just don't like each other because one's fighting for good and the other one fighting for bad. Like Ty Lee isn't a sort of Fire Nation sort of soldier. She doesn't like fight for the Fire Nation, she's just doing it because of Azula. And without Azula, I think that could definitely work as a relationship. So I might possibly say second position for we would love to see it. Then we have Jet and Zuko. Now I think this could kind of work because they both sort of share similar sort of outcomes or like results, because Jet actually lost his family, and then Zuko actually kind of lost his family as well because like his dad hates him, his sister pretty much does hate him, and he did lose his mother, so they do share that there. But then Jet, I think, fights for like freedom and hurts innocent people, and then I think after like season 3 and during season 3, Zuko actually wanted to help people and not actually just kill innocent people. So I might possibly put it, maybe not my cup of tea. And then we have Katara and Zuko. Now I think this could definitely work because they did like forgive one another for what they actually did. Well, Katara forgave Zuko for after everything he did do. So I really did like that sort of redemption arc he did have on Katara, and then they have this really nice relationship with one another, and they definitely do become really good friends. So I might possibly put it in first position in we would love to see it. Then we have Princess Yue and Sokka, and this is the first sort of relationship Sokka did have, and I think it could definitely work out. I really enjoyed seeing both of these characters have like a sort of relationship with one another, but then Yue had to sacrifice herself so she could save the moon spirit, and that was quite sad for Sokka. I thought it definitely worked out pretty nicely because they are both like in the water tribe nations. One's from southern and the other one is from northern, so they do share that sort of similarity. So I might possibly put it maybe in second position. No, maybe second position in it's okay. Then we have Azula and Sokka, and I'm just gonna say that does definitely not work because Azula is a lot more worse than Zuko, and she basically would just kill pretty much anyone to get what she wants, and like she basically has like no mercy and all that type of stuff, and she doesn't actually like apologize and have a redemption arc like Zuko actually does. So like she is still evil, and I believe like Sokka wouldn't actually forgive her after everything she's done and all that. So that is why it pretty much wouldn't exist. Then we have Sokka and Suki. Now, I think that could definitely work, and which it did, and I really did like that relationship because in the first, I believe the first season in episode 3, they actually go to the Kyoshi Islands, and at first, Sokka is like actually sort of sexist and sort of biased that females can't be warriors, but then he like meets a girl, and they have this sort of really nice relationship with one another, and then after season 3, like they have a good relationship, and then also during season 3 they like have that sort of romantic relationship. So I thought it was definitely really cool, and it definitely did work. So I might possibly put it maybe in 4th position in We Would Love to See It. Then we have Mei and Zuko. Now it definitely kind of did work, but after Zuko actually like had Mei stuck or like trapped in the prison, I thought that was definitely a sort of turning point in their relationship. But then they actually, at the end of like season 3, with like about maybe 2 minutes, no, maybe 5 minutes to go, like they had this sort of part where they hugged one another. I thought it was definitely quite a nice sort of finishing for their relationship, and like the audience knowing that they are still together. But then I believe in the comics they actually split ways, and Mei actually gets another boyfriend. So it kind of does work, but then it kind of ends up really badly. So I might put it maybe in 3rd position in It's Okay. Next we have Katara and Toph, and I can see this definitely working as a relationship because in season 2 they actually start off pretty rocky, no pun intended. They actually do start off pretty rocky, and like their relationship isn't too good because like they really don't sort of like each other because like Toph has been all lazy and all that, and sort of Katara's been all motherly about it. And then, like, as the season does progress, they begin to have this really nice sort of bond and relationship with one another. So I thought, well, a friend relationship. And then in season 2, they actually have a really nice relationship as well. So I'm possibly gonna say that We Would Love to See, but in last position. We have Zuko and a Ba Sing Se civilian. I'm not 100% sure on her name. But at first, I thought this relationship could really work out because in an episode in season 2 called Tales of Ba Sing Se, Zuko has this tale where like he gets with a girl and they have this really nice relationship with one another. At first, I thought it could work, but then if the girl was to actually know the truth about Zuko, like who his family was, I feel like she would like turn him down and say, "How could you do this? Like, why is your family like that?" So I feel like the relationship would be really impacted by the truth about Zuko's family, but I think it could definitely work out if he held like that sort of thing inside of him and not tell the truth about his family. Then we have Jet and Sokka, and I think this could possibly not work because Jet has a different sort of idea about keeping the peace and all that compared to Sokka, so that could maybe go in maybe last position in Why Does This Even Exist, because Jet pretty much wants to kill the Fire Nation, but he does hurt innocent people. And then on the other hand, Sokka wants to not kill the Fire Nation, but like, yeah, I'm gonna say kill the Fire Nation, but not hurt innocent people. So they definitely do share a sort of a similar path, but then it is pretty much split. And then we have Toph and Sokka, and I think this could definitely work as a relationship because Toph is sort of a really interesting character towards Sokka. Like, they do share some really nice moments to one another. They have some laughs together. So I think it's a really nice relationship they do have as friends. And as a relationship, I think it could definitely work. So I might put it maybe in 1st position in It's Okay. Man, I've really got to look up this guy's name. We have a character we get to see in season 1, I believe, like episode 4, and he's an earthbender. And then we have Katara. I've really got to look up that guy's name. Sorry about that. I feel like this relationship could possibly work out because they have a sort of nice connection with one another as like just getting to meet one another. So I really did like that. And then as a sort of relationship, I think it could definitely work out because they have a very similar sort of path. They just want to have like a peaceful life and all that. They want to stop like the war and all that. And then like they have this really nice moment in the sort of prison the earthbenders are at. So I thought that was definitely quite cool. So I might possibly say maybe 4th position in It's Okay. Then we have Sozin and Avatar Roku. Now I think this could not work as a relationship because we do see that they were really good friends as children and like as teens, but then as Avatar Roku became the Avatar, they actually split ways because Sozin actually became the Fire Lord. So they definitely did have very different images for what the world would turn out to be, and they actually did portray one another because Sozin actually left Avatar Roku on like this volcano, which was actually like spurting out poisonous sort of gas in a way, and like he did die. So I think it shouldn't actually exist because they actually did sort of split ways. Then we have Katara and Aang, and I think this is probably one of my favorite relationships in Avatar: The Last Airbender because in the first season when Aang actually does come from like out of the iceberg and like he does see Katara for the first time, and that's the person he's seen for the first time in 100 years. So then that is a really big impact on how he actually feels around Katara and all that. So I think it's a really nice relationship, and I really like how it does build up. So in season 1, it's sort of really mild relationship. They're just really good friends. But then in season 2, it starts to build up. But then in season 3, that's when it actually does happen, and the audience learns that's like it's a full sort of relationship. So I really did like that, and I'm thinking to put it in God tier. Could single-handedly defeat Ozai. But my only problem with that is I feel like they have a different sort of idea on how they're actually going to defeat Ozai. Well, we learned that Aang actually did use energy bending to actually defeat Fire Lord Ozai and take away his sort of powers, but then I feel like Katara would have a bit more of a different approach on that. Like, she would kill him like straight up because after everything he's actually done during the 100-Year War. So I might possibly put it, I'm really not sure, I might put it in God tier, but that's just a really small sort of chunk of the God tier because they both have a sort of different image on how they're actually going to defeat Fire Lord Ozai. Next we have Ty Lee and May, and I really did like their connection and sort of bond they did have together as friends, and I think it could definitely work out as a relationship. The only thing holding it back is that Ty Lee is more sort of positive and sort of outgoing, and she's also like really happy all the time, whereas Mei Lee's sort of negative. She is happy, but not on the same level as Ty Lee. But I really did like how they actually tried to team up together to actually defeat Azula, but then it actually didn't work out. So I might possibly put it maybe in maybe 4th position or maybe 5th position in It's Okay. Then we have May and Azula. Now I don't think this could actually work out because we actually learn that May actually does love Zuko more than she does fear Azula, which is something pretty deep to actually think about. And I feel like after May actually did portray Azula and get locked up, I could probably guess she was actually thinking about all the things she like regretted doing with like Azula because after seeing what Azula was actually going to do and all that. So I might possibly put it maybe in maybe 1st position in It's Not My Cup of Tea. Next we have Toph and Aang, and I can see this definitely working out as a relationship because they have a really good bond and connection as really good friends, but I feel like it kind of wouldn't work out because I feel like Toph is more sort of strict and she's sort of like the boss in sort of a relationship, but I feel like Aang would sort of like back down because he's kind of scared of Toph in a way. It's not like really scared, he's sort of like scared to actually see her get angry and all that because she could definitely do a lot of damage if she was angry. But apart from that, I can see this pretty much being like 2nd position in God tier. I reckon they could definitely single-handedly defeat Ozai. Then we have Jet and Katara. At first, I could see this definitely working out as a relationship because like Katara has this sort of thing for Jet, like he's doing a really good thing to actually defeat the Fire Nation by actually sort of knocking them out, not killing them, I wouldn't really say that, but actually when she does learn the truth, I feel like she pretty much regrets all that sort of feeling and that sort of connection she did actually have with Jet, because she learns that Jet actually does take out innocent people to actually destroy the Fire Nation. So I don't think it could actually work out. So I might possibly put it in maybe 2nd position in Not My Cup of Tea. We have Aang and Sokka, and I can see this definitely working out as relationship because they have a really nice bond with one another as friends. They have a good laugh towards one another, and they actually have like this sort of thing on sort of Katara in a way, how they like sort of make fun of her and all that. It's nothing like too bad, it's just a sort of jokey way, so I think that is pretty cool, and they sort of like act like as brothers towards one another, so I think that is really nice relationship. And as a relationship, I can see it definitely working out, but the only thing actually sort of holding it back is that I feel like Sokka would actually get a little jealous of Aang because he does have all four elements as the avatar, and then like out on the streets as they're walking around, I feel like people wouldn't actually acknowledge Sokka as much as they do to Aang because Sokka doesn't have any elemental powers and all that. He only has like sword skills and like boomerang skills. But apart from that, I think they could definitely single-handedly take down Ozai, so I might put it in third position. Then we have Toph and Zuko, and I can see it definitely working out, but I feel like Zuko is sort of negative in a way towards it because like Toph is sort of happy and sort of excited to actually join in a group with Zuko because as they're looking for Aang, she immediately goes to Zuko and like Zuko's sort of confused in a way, but then as they're like walking around, Toph actually does explain her story, and then like Zuko's not mean in a way, he's just like quite confused and conflicted on why she's actually telling this story to him. I could see it working out as a relationship, but I feel like the differences they do have as characters really would sort of make the relationship hard. So I might possibly put it in maybe fourth position in We Would Love to See It. Next we have Suki and Azula, and I'm just going to put it straight down the bottom, maybe second position in Why Does This Exist, because I feel like it really couldn't work out because Zuko and Suki are definitely a great relationship because they actually forgave one another. But I feel like Azula really wouldn't do that because she's done a lot more worse stuff than Zuko, and I feel like the relationship really wouldn't work out because Suki really wouldn't actually forgive her after everything she's done and all that. So that is why it really wouldn't work out. Then we have Katara and Suki, and I can see this definitely working because they both have sort of suffered in a way because they have lost like family and all that during this 100-year war. So I might and they are both females, and they actually do share the idea of females are just as strong as males. So I really did like that sort of message. So I might possibly put it maybe in third last position in We Would Love to See It. Then we have Suki and Zuko, and I can see this definitely working out because they did have a really nice sort of bond and connection as friends after Zuko actually did say sorry and they did forgive one another. So I think it could definitely work out as a relationship, but I feel like Suki may have this sort of still grudge on Zuko after like destroying the village and all that, trying to hunt for the Avatar. But apart from that, I can see it definitely working out. So I might possibly put it maybe in third last position in We Would Love to See It. I'm just gonna skip that one there because we have done both of the characters with Suki. Next we have Suki and Tylee. I can see this definitely working out because they are two characters who don't have an elemental power, and they do have a really good skill. Like Suki is a warrior, she could do some good fighting skills, and then Tylee, she could do some really cool acrobatics and do some chi blocking, and that is just once again showing that females are just as strong as males. And as a relationship, I can see it definitely working out because I feel like they wouldn't have a sort of grudge on one another because Tylee hasn't really done too much bad stuff to Suki, and I feel like Suki could easily sort of forgive Tylee for whatever she has done, and they are both really enjoyable characters to actually watch because they are quite fun and happy. So I might possibly put it maybe in the middle there in fourth last position in We Would Love to See It. So we have May and Suki. I can see this definitely working out as a relationship because I feel like May really doesn't have that sort of grudge on Suki as much as Suki has a grudge on Azula, because May was just doing whatever Azula told her to do, because I feel like Azula is using like fear to control May, and I feel like if May wasn't actually doing what she was supposed to, she could get in trouble a lot. But after like pretty much portraying Azula, I feel like May sort of was herself again. Like she could very easily have another relationship with another person, so I can see it definitely working out for these two. So I might possibly put it maybe in third last position in We Would Love to See It. And finally, we have Azula and Katara. I'm just putting it straight down. Maybe in second, maybe second last position in Why Does This Even Exist? Because I feel like Katara would never forgive Azula for everything she has done. Like, she shot Aang with her lightning. She basically hunted Team Avatar for like the entirety of season 2. And like, Azula definitely does take after her father, because Katara would definitely see that in her, like Azula acting like her father and all that. So I could definitely see this relationship not working out. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode as much as I did making it, because I thought this was an interesting topic to actually do a tier list on the different relationships in Avatar The Last Airbender, because I really did enjoy sharing my thoughts and opinions on that. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. So definitely stay tuned for next week's tier listing making episode, because I'm really excited for that. And also the next coming weeks for tier list making episodes, because they will be all based on the Legend of Korra. So as always guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I can see you soon. Goodbye!